What's up, guys? Andrew Freed here. Today I'm going to show you a slap bass pentatonic riff or fill in C minor that is centered around hammer-ons and pull-offs. Here's the lick itself. And here it is with a groove. In order to play this, you need to know basic slap and pop, hammer-ons and pull-offs, and the pentatonic scale. Let's do a quick review of all that before we break down everything note by note. The minor pentatonic scale takes 5 notes from the minor scale, and they are the root, the flat 3, the 4, the 5, flat 7, and then the octave. I talk strictly in intervals. Why do I talk strictly in intervals? Because I can then take this and apply it anywhere. If I kept saying fret numbers, note names are good, but I'm going to be really talking about the intervals because that's a huge way of absorbing something. It's so easy to transpose. I'm in C minor. If I wanted to do this in A flat minor, if I remembered how to play this constructed on the intervals, that is the best way of absorbing any musical information. I stand by it. Now, let's look at the lick. This starts on the end of 1. Let's look at the first 3 notes. I'm going to slap the 4th into the 5th, F into G, and hammer it. I'm then going to pluck the flat 7. I'm going to count 4 beats. We're going to start on the end of 1. We're going to play these 3 notes slowly. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to slap the 5th, and we're going to pull off to the 4th. Let's put that together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Slower, 2, 3, 4, 1. Next notes, we're going to play the same pattern, meaning we played 5th into this 4th. When I pluck the octave and pull off into the flat 7, it's the same frets. Slap and pull, and then pluck and pull. Let's put it all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Slower, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now we're going to slap the 5th to the 4th. Again, we're going to pull off. We've already done it right before this. So we're going to go with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Slower, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to slap the 4th and then pluck the flat 7. So these notes are all the same, like in that same box of the pentatonic shape. So it's easy to mix up. That's why it's very smart to take this into small fragments and then put them together. So when I put this all together, it should sound like this. 1. With me, slowly. 2, 3, 4. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Awesome job. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another slap pull off from the 5th into the 4th. sounds like this. 1. 1. We have one note after that. Let's learn that before looping it all. This is where it gets a little tricky. I haven't mentioned this yet, but there's something called a left hand hammer, which we're going to do at the end of this lick. Or on the last note, a left hand hammer means only with our left hand, we're going to use the strength of it to hit this flat third. See how I lifted up my hand kind of to exaggerate? We need to use the strength of this. That's going to set us back up for hitting measure 2. I'm only teaching you this lick, but if you're going to apply it into a groove like I did, this left hand hammer sets us up for landing on the downbeat comfortably without kind of needing to mix up some motion. So here's what it sounds like. Let's do the whole thing slowly. I'm going to count 4 beats. We're going to start on the end of 1, and we're going to speed it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. All right. Got a little out of hand there. All right, great job. So here's what it sounds like again with the riff. With slap, there's of course multiple ways you could approach it. You could totally do it down. You could totally do it up. Another thing about preference would be which fingers you use. I mentioned it earlier, but you can use fingers 1 and 3 or fingers 1 and 4. It's all up to you. I like fingers 1 and 4 most of the time because of muting. These 2 fingers tend to drape over and we get a nice clean sound. Once you know this in terms of intervals, you can move it around anywhere. Obviously on a string instrument, we could just move something up 2 frets and play it, but this really makes you smarter about what you're doing. There's so many different combinations of the ways you could approach things. You could do this in fingerstyle. That's cool, but we're here to slap today. I think the most important thing is that we're being simple. Like a pentatonic scale is the most common, overly used scale on the bass and the guitar. But if we add a little bit of creativity to it and technique, it sounds so much cooler than it is. Hammer-ons, pull-offs, slap and pop, a little bit of rhythm starting on that end of 1, and we got a badass riff. All right, guys, that's the video for this week. Keep a lookout for more videos on YouTube and Instagram. If you like these lessons, I appreciate it if you could subscribe as I add a lot of content to my channel. My website is launching in 2021. That's going to have tons of courses, tons of detailed content. 2021 is going to be a big year of education with content for me. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.